Roz, ACER is based on the nature codes, so what are the nature codes?
The nature codes are going slowly, being cyclical, being interconnected, and being in balance. That is the way nature does it. We have lost our way in our culture. We're the opposite of that. We need to come back to it. Obviously, our culture needs to come back to it desperately, urgently. But what we can do right now in this moment in service of that is we can bring ourselves back to the nature codes. I sometimes fail at one of these particular ones a lot, but at least I know what I'm trying to come back to. So slow growth. The yew tree grows ever so slowly, and it's got the hardest wood of all woods. They used to make the bow and arrow for the king from the yew tree's wood. The eucalyptus tree shoots up and they use the wood for toilet paper. There's something about going slowly and knowing how strong we are when we grow slowly, in contrast to our culture, which is just, eucalyptus tree. And then the next one is being cyclical. So the rhythm of nature is night and day, winter, summer. There's always this balance of darkness and light. And the wintering time, the dark time, although our culture resists it because it wants to be in sun and busyness, productivity all the time, the wintering time, the dark half, is about rest. In wintertime, trees do their root work underground. They find sources of water, they find new anchor points, they do their kind of strengthening work. They strengthen their networks while they're resting and they're hibernating. They're not doing outward stuff. So we need that wintering time ourselves. The third nature code is about being interconnected. I mean, we know about the wood wide web underneath the forest floor. The trees are connected to each other, sharing resources, sharing information. I mean, this is everything to what we need to create. And it feels so good to be part of an interconnected web. And the mother trees that are these mother trees that provide so much sustenance to the saplings, and there's this network of reciprocity and care in the forest, and that's what we're trying to be in ACER. Take care of each other. And then the final nature code is about being in balance. So then being in balance is around just how nature grows in this. It's an interconnected web of life. It's equal. It's about equality. It's about every part of the ecosystem has its role and its place. And we need the ant as much as we need the lion. And it's just like we need equality in our society so desperately, and we need to be able to do the work of coming into us consciousness, the web of life, the interconnections, and the balance between all of us. It's not just that we're interconnected, it's that we're interconnected in a particular way, which is that we are all as important as each other.
Just to echo what you said, Roz, I think ACER is like the antidote to the quick fix. I think in our current society, part of the erosion, the cultural and the moral erosion, is that we want things now, we want them yesterday, and people are promising us that we can have these things yesterday. Unfortunately, it means that there is a real kind of spiritual void. And so people is seduced and entranced by getting things now, as opposed to falling into doing some really long, difficult stuff. And I don't blame anyone for being seduced by that quick fix narrative. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to take a pill and feel better? Who doesn't want to, do a course in 3 weeks and be an expert? But that isn't how life is. So really settling into the fact that this is a 13-month program. You're going to learn a lot of stuff about yourself. You're going to want to go fast when you really need to pull back and go slow. I think it's so important. And also, just because we are in an outer season, for example, right now in spring, we all have inner seasons as well. So, while someone in the community might be going through an inner summer and feeling really abundant and really alive and really effervescent, someone could be going through a winter at the exact same time. So that feeling of heaviness, of slowness, and even though the winters are productive, they can feel so heavy and so bleak. So it's about having the community to support us when we're in those inner winters, and also when we're in those inner summers, so we don't buy into our own hype too much as well, which can definitely happen when we're feeling amazing. So it's about that balance, as you said, about everything coming together.
The leaf cycle, remembering that cycle, you're going round and round. It goes from green and wonderful, and then the leaf is going to die, it's going to fall off, and then the new leaf's going to come again. It's remembering the cycle. When things are really bad, they're going to get better. And when things are really great, they're gonna get worse again.
Yeah.
And allowing ourselves
Mhm.
that rhythm, it helps us let go a bit.
Yeah.
I always need to remember that.
Yeah, I think we all do. You know, we live in a culture of toxic positivity. Yeah, spiritual bypass, everything's fine. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, but it's also okay that everything's not fine because we have to go through that. So, yeah, those nature codes, they're powerful.